This video is for educational purposes only. All testing is done in a controlled home lab environment. Do not use these tools on any systems you do not own or have permission to test. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be showing you how to crack passwords. We're going to be cracking passwords with Hashcat, Hydra, and John the Ripper. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. First, we're going to take a look at my favorite password cracking tool, Hydra. I love Hydra. It's really easy and straightforward to use. All we're going to do is first, let's go ahead and do Hydra-help. And here's a list of options we have when it comes to using Hydra. And when we scroll all the way down, it has a clear example of how to craft your own Hydra attack. So to demonstrate how Hydra works, I have a random machine spun up in the lab. Let's say we're trying to get SSH credentials of a particular system. So let's just say we have our username, but we just don't have the password. We're going to enter the following command on screen. The lowercase l represents the username that you have, and the uppercase P represents the password list that you're going to be using. And as we can see here, we see that our login is test and our password is password. So let's say we don't have one user, but we have a list of users. So all we're going to do is we're going to do uppercase L, and we're going to put in the list of users that we have. And once again, we're going to do uppercase P, which is our password list that we're going to be using. We press enter, and here we have two users. We have test with the password of password, and we have all things IT with the password of this is my password 123. Next, we're going to be taking a look at John the Ripper. Here we have this zip file here, but we can't unzip it because we don't know the password. So this is where John the Ripper comes in. John the Ripper can do all sorts of things, but I'm only going to be touching on just a small portion of what John can do. So with the following command here, we're telling John to extract the password hash and giving it a designated output so we can go ahead and try and crack it. And when we cat out our file, we see the password hash that John the Ripper extracted. The next command here is telling John the Ripper to use a specific password list to go ahead and try and crack that hash. And we see here John was able to crack the hash, and now we're able to go ahead and unzip that zip file. So when we unzip the zip file, we see that we have a .txt file inside. So when we cat out the .txt file, we see that we have more hashes here. What this tool does, it helps us identify what type of hash a particular hash is. So we're going to copy the hash into hash identifier and see what output we get. It gives us a list of least possible hashes, but at the very top, it gives us a list of possible hashes. And we see that the most possible hash is an MD5 hash, so let's go ahead and switch over to John and try and crack it now that we know what kind of hash it is. So we enter the following command telling John the Ripper that it's an MD5 hash that we're looking at. And as you can see here, we were able to crack the hashes in the .txt file. Don't worry about the question marks. All that's saying is John the Ripper was not able to associate a username with each password. When setting this up, I just did the password hashes, not the usernames. Next, we're going to take a look at Hashcat. We're going to do Hashcat-H. And as you can see here, there's just a whole bunch of options that we can use. Take a minute to go ahead and check out the options on Hashcat so you get more familiar with the program. And like John the Ripper, Hashcat is also able to crack hashes. So we're going to enter the following command right here, and I'll go ahead and break down this command for you. The -m.0 is telling Hashcat that we're going to be working with MD5 hashes. The -a represents the attack mode that we're going to be doing, and by setting that 0 there, that means we're going to be using a word list. The D represents what device we're going to be using, and what I mean by device is if we're going to be using our CPU or GPU. 1 represents CPU, 2 represents GPU. And when we press enter, Hashcat does its thing, and we see here that Hashcat was able to crack some hashes for us. Let's say you want to generate your own password list. Well, using Crunch allows us to do just that. When you do man crunch, as you can see here, this is the manual that's associated with crunch. So when you get the moment, definitely go ahead and take a look at that. So we're going to do crunch followed by the following command, and I'll go ahead and break this command down for you. The first number represents the minimum allowed characters on your password list, while the second one represents the max allowed characters on your password list. So in our example here, we set crunch to generate a password list with the minimum characters of 1, with the maximum amount of characters being 4. The -o followed by wordlist.txt, that's just the output where crunch is going to be putting all our passwords. So our password list is done, and when we go ahead and cat it out, we see a list of all our passwords that crunch generated. Let's say we want to add numbers and special characters to our password list, but in a specific order. Here we have the min and maximum amount of characters being 4. The -t is telling crunch to follow this specific order. The @ means lowercase letters are going first. Comma means uppercase letters. The %sign means numbers. And the sign means special characters. Finally, the -o is just the output. We see crunch has generated the word list in the particular order that we wanted. Congratulations guys, you've learned how to crack passwords and hashes. In the comments, tell me which tool was your favorite. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you on the next one.